What's up, P-Pod? It's your boy, Sean P., the leader in general of the illest team known to man, ThePurefoys, a.k.a.
Your family's favorite family.
And welcome back to going live every day until we get a house.
I was about to do that too for some reason. I don't know why.
Which episode is it? It's like a reality show.
I don't know.
Four.
It's been going on for a minute.
Let's see.
But
Wait,
we're
did
now
somebody-
eating dinner. And this is what we're having.
Sausage tortellini soup.
Sausage tortellini soup.
What's up, Ren?
Good evening.
Can we see what episode this is?
Good afternoon.
Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. That's not too good.
Eternal. Alright, this is currently episode 12.
12?
12 times in a row?
Wow.
Wow.
Starting from our
Walk.
Walk? Oh. I'm still eating.
So apparently, it's episode 12 of this. And we got a little bit of a praise report on our channel. We're up to 6,300 subscribers.
Woo.
Yep. So we are
Rolling.
93.7 subscribers away from 100,000 subscribers.
Come on, maybe you're counting. You were counting too.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you're counting too.
How many zeros are in a million?
9.
Is a billion just 1 over?
Nope. A billion is 1,000 million.
I'm watching.
Huh?
No.
You washing your hands?
No.
Just now?
1,000 million.
Good bread is so good.
I know. Elon Musk is like, don't worry, I'll be there in no time.
Me? What you say?
What's your obsession with Elon Musk?
Why do you... There's no obsession.
You're talking
dead.
about him.
Oh,
Maybe
I
then.
forgot to mention homemade bread from Keem. Make sure everybody please like that,
About to say that.
like the video, like this live.
I don't have any.
Like it.
Look how strong my breath is. See? It opened the whole top. That's strong.
You like it?
No.
Alright, guess what? I'm
Put
gonna
cream
shoot
in
my
this?
top at you.
Uh-huh.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot my top at you.
It's so gross, I'll just take the rest of it. You know, to get rid of it so that everyone else doesn't have to suffer. But it's just what the soda, not so I can eat it. Promise.
Look, see? Open. Perfect.
Who's watching us? Say hi, you guys.
Not you.
Type in the chat where you watching from.
Like
6 people watching.
there's always been like 7 people watching for all of our lives, but only 3 people commenting.
Some people are on their phone.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just in it to watch. It was like watching human interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Or they don't have an account.
Or that.
I don't have one. It still counts. You don't have an account?
You don't either.
That's because I don't watch YouTube. How about you?
But next year, Raylan gets an account.
I do?
We've spoken about
Oh.
this.
And I get to have an account and
When you're 10.
no, let me see.
No, she didn't.
It's my birthday. And what? Mom, you said that? Huh, Mommy?
I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
Yo, if you can have an account, I can.
When you're 10, buddy.
No, when I am 8.
Waiting for that sucker person. Amazon and Walmart shopping cart.
Yeah.
I hear that, Monique.
Hi.
She's-
Oh, guess how
said
many
hi.
people are
Just
there?
getting home.
Perfect.
I hope you had a great day
No,
today.
we did.
I love pressing the ship button on my Amazon cart. There's only one thing in it at a time.
You're funny.
Thank
Let
you.
me watch my iPad. You
But the only sad part is when it actually does ship and I get a notification, you spent $15 on Amazon.
Yeah.
Wow. So now my money is just gonna drain.
Click that like button and subscribe to our
Oh, that
channel.
was really good, actually.
I know, I finished.
Is this our first?
Yeah. We've only had meatball tortellini soup before.
Oh, that's. I feel like something was different.
Sausage tortellini.
It's not meatball tortellini.
And it had a little cream in it.
There's a huge difference
Mm-hmm.
with meatballs and sausage.
No.
Oh, facts. That's smart. Yeah, that's smart. That's smart because, yeah, Disney ears are definitely $30 per ear.
So we went to Disney Springs. And-
Oh, you got some ears?
Mm-hmm. Remember?
I got Stitch.
But we did that because we weren't going to Disney World.
Uh-huh.
So,
Oh, we're going to
Scratch off
Disney
ears.
World? We're going to Disney World?
No!
I don't know what you're talking about.
My goodness! You said that yesterday too! At this point, we were talking.
Oh, you
We-
ran out. I know, she's from that.
You are not a parent, girl.
Wait.
I do not know how to speak French.
Sorry.
Someone's cracking up in the chat.
Right. I saw a meme the other day on Facebook, and it said the oldest daughter always think that they somebody assistant manager
Uh-huh.
or something like that. Ari thinks she's the second Mrs. Purefoy.
Sometimes it says, drop down and give me 20.
But
Sometimes it says, drop down and give me 20.
Meme sent me that meme a couple months ago. That's hilarious.
Only time I say that is when they ask me to coach them for no reason.
Well,
Hi,
that's the reason if
Zazie.
they want to be coached.
But I can see where she gets that from, because She does a lot around the house. Yeah, she does a lot in the family, so I can see why she would have that mentality. But sometimes she be letting her power get to her head.
You better eat that, boy.
Eat that food. Eat that food.
I think you
Eat
saw
that
the
food.
SPI and ACH
The FBI?
on the spoon. What? Spinach.
Reading my YouTube question.
FBI on the spoon, buddy.
The mini FBI. Mommy, wake up.
I don't
I'm tired now.
I am too.
Mommy, wake up.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all
We
That
started
was a long,
11
that was
minutes
a
ago.
long day.
We did have a long day. And it's a Monday. Too much stuff to be doing on a Monday.
It was the normal amount of stuff that we do on Monday. Just about. Oh, except for I don't go to the doctor usually on Monday morning.
We
so much. Why don't you
made
tell people about your doctor's appointment today?
So, do you guys want to hear about my doctor's appointment today?
Nope. I mean, what?
why you gotta be weird like that?
Because I'm sleepy. Okay, so I had to go to the doctor's to get the NIPT. I'm gonna call it the NIPT. It's like NIPT, I think, or something like that test, which is just basically a genetics test for the baby that they do when you're over a certain age or whatever.
Genetics test? What?
Yeah, it's like the genetic one, the one for like chromosomal abnormalities, stuff like that. I've had it with all the kids. Well, with I think Buddy down or Ari down. No, not Ari down, but Mosey down or Buddy down. But I've had it a bunch of times. But they just take some blood, take the test, but they want to. Because we're in rural Virginia, super rural Virginia, a lot of times for big procedures or for ultrasounds and stuff, I know that with, when I was pregnant with Isaiah, I had to have my ultrasound excuse me, in Richmond. So when I was pregnant with Raleigh, I had my ultrasound before we left New Jersey. So, but soon that I was gonna have to have it in Richmond. But a few weeks ago when we went for my you want more? No. A few weeks ago when we went to the doctors for my first prenatal exam and an ultrasound, like first ultrasound to see, if there's just one fetus, blah, blah, blah. I realized that there was actually an ultrasound tech. So before, like when I was pregnant with Isaiah, the doctor would do that first initial ultrasound as well because they didn't have an ultrasound tech then. But they have an ultrasound tech now. So as long as everything's fine with baby, I can just have them do my ultrasound right here in town. I don't have to go all the way to Richmond for the anatomy scan. So that's exciting because I'd rather not have to drive all the way to Richmond again for an anatomy scan. It's just more convenient to do everything right here. So so I'm happy about that. So that's why I had to go to the doctor's today, and my appointment was at like 9. So I was up and out. And all I had to do was get blood work done, but they took longer than expected because they couldn't find my order. It was just crazy. But that's why I'm tired. Because up early. Because of course I have to get ready, eat before I go, or I'm gonna be throwing up and all the things. So, yep.
Make sure you hit that thumbs up button.
I know.
So there are going to be some changes happening. Let me just face the old camera. There are going to be some changes happening. We're still going to be pursuing full-time content creation, and with y'all's help and with the help of the Lord, we will, grow this channel and be those full-time content creators that we've set out and dreamed to be. Because content creation for us is not just making videos. It's not just about being popular, but this is, we believe, is our ministry. So, excuse me.
No, I don't think so.
And I'm blocking Isaiah. I know that. I'm sorry.
Would you like to come out? Come on, you come out.
But today, so the change is, just let me give you guys a backstory as to what's been happening in our family. Here's a little bit of tea. So I started a new school district this year to be closer to home and to be really working in the community that I live in. Because since we moved down here, I've been teaching in North Carolina in Gaston, and that's about a 45 minute trip both ways, and long days, long hours, and teaching middle school. So that was something different. So I had an opportunity this year to teach kindergarten. And without going into too many details, what can I say? An incident happened.
Yeah.
A situation happened between me and a staff member. We'll say that. And the result of this. And the result of this ended up with me having to be put on administrative leave. So I've been on administrative leave since October 29th.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was like 2 days before Old Hallows Eve. I knew that because the kids were supposed to be getting dressed up that next day, and I wasn't there to see it, even though we don't celebrate Halloween. But I was placed on administrative leave pending an investigation. So you guys can use your brains to figure out what I was being investigated for. Mind you, like, this investigation was totally, and I mean totally, like, erroneous and just like OD, overkill. And I was a little fearful because, again, I'm the breadwinner in our house. Not only am I the breadwinner, I'm the only bread earner right now, until things start rolling with our online business and stuff like that. So I was, this is the only income we have coming in. I took a pay cut to work here, but I felt like it was worth it with the gas and the time traveling that I was saving. So I was under investigation, and I was on administrative leave with pay. Thank God for that, because we wouldn't have been able to survive without pay, but administrative leave with pay indefinitely until this investigation was over. So I hadn't heard back from anybody. Nobody from the school reached out except the people from except the guy from Human Resources. They locked me out of my school email. When people from the school who also go to the places that we also go to in town, when they saw me, they didn't speak. They acted like I was, I don't know, I'm not going to assume what they acted like, but they didn't speak. Normally it's a, hey, what's up, P, what's up, Mr. P, what's up, Sean, so on and so forth. But people basically, I don't want to say turn their backs on me, because I didn't even know these folks. And I'd only been there for, 3 months?
Yeah.
August, September, October. Yeah, I was there for 3 months. So, I didn't have the deepest relationships with folks, but, these were people who smiled in my face every day. These were people who confided things to me. These were people who claimed to be family. These were people that when they had issues with their students, they would send them to my classroom. But it is what it is. So the week that I turned 40, or the weekend, the 5 days surrounding me turning 40 was probably the craziest days of my life, because I think 3 days before that, we found out we were pregnant again. I turned 40 on Sunday. That Monday, I get a call from the investigators saying that the investigation that they had done was concluded, and that it wasn't even that I didn't do anything wrong, but that the allegations were unfounded. So basically, there was no reason for an investigation to be launched based off of the evidence and the testimonials that were received. So I'm thinking that I'm good. That was like the best birthday present. My family threw me a wonderful surprise birthday dinner, and the next day I find out that I'm good with this investigation. And then the 2 days after that, I get a letter from my school saying that they were recommending my termination. And it wasn't even for the reasons that I was being investigated for. It was for some small, minor, minuscule, kind of like trivial things that every teacher pretty much does all the time. But for whatever reason, that I will reveal at another time, because I cannot say too much. So for whatever reason, they decided to use that. And when I got this letter from the school administrator, I was kind of distraught. Yes, somebody definitely wanted me out. I was kind of distraught. I began to have a little bit of anxiety. I began to worry. I began to I wasn't in full out panic mode, but I knew how much money we had in the bank. I knew how much money was coming in. I know how much our bills are. And, we want to get a house, even though we want to pursue this was before we decided to trust God and pursue full-time content creation. You never know how the money, all of my YouTuber friends that I know that are doing this on a high level, the money fluctuates, certain seasons is higher than others, stuff like that.
Coming up here with you.
So, I cannot believe how like distraught I became. I never thought that I would be that type of like worrying person. It's because, you know, I got a family to provide for, and when you have a family like this, and I will always brag on my family. When you have a family that's supportive, when you have a family that you want to give the world to, when you have a family that deserves it, because we have such good kids. My wife is amazing. She is, you know, a great support. She's a praying woman. I know that she hears from God, and, you know, she submits to me. We're a great team. I submit to her. She allows me to do my thing and do all the explorations, and she followed me down here when we had a nice, comfortable life up in New Jersey. You know, she was gung-ho about it and just receptive of the calling that God has on my life. And when you have a wife like that, when you have a woman in your life like that, you want to make sure that they don't want for anything, because it's already a big transition. It's already a lot, because we moved across, you know, halfway across the country, it seems, you know, and you just want the transition to be smooth. On top of all the stuff that we've been going through since being down here, I just wanted just to make this an easy transition. So not having a job is not optimal, because, you know, like I need to provide for these people that God has entrusted to me. So they recommended my termination. The administrator did, and then I had a meeting with the human resources and the superintendent, and they basically was like, you should just resign, because it looks better if you resign rather than being fired. And the analogy they made was, you know, this is public information, and if it were to make it to the newspaper, it looks better if the headline read, "Teacher resigns" rather than "Teacher was fired."
They said that?
Yeah, I told you that.
I didn't hear that part. I didn't get that part. That's fear. That's instilling.
So they were definitely trying to instill some fear in me. And because they were banking on that, because they did everything, they were informative about the leave with pay. They gave me leave with pay. They stayed in communication with me. They were banking on, because they dotted every I and crossed every T as far as, you know, the procedures regarding that, that if I was to file a grievance against them and take it to the school board, that I would probably lose. But because I'm a child of God, and because I didn't do anything wrong, or I didn't do anything that required me being terminated, I thought that was a lot. You know, I'd already served my penance. I had already been embarrassed. I had already been humiliated, and all these things. I love my students. For some of my students, having me as their teacher was life-changing, life-altering, and it was life-altering for me. And parents really appreciated me being their teacher and wanted me to stay on as their teacher. I don't know about all parents, because not every parent responded or whatever to me, but
definitely over half of the parents. Well,
way over half.
Emails I was reading.
Yeah. So I filed a grievance against against the recommendation for termination, filed a grievance, and I had a hearing. And this was actually during Raylan's birthday. So we had went up to Great Wolf Lodge, and I had to leave the family at Great Wolf Lodge, come back down here for a hearing. But I want to tell y'all how amazing my family is. Before my hearing, I gathered the family up to tell the kids basically the details of what Daddy was going through. Telling them that, you know, people wanted me gone. People wanted to, you know, wanted me to lose my job and things of that nature. And I just asked that the children pray for me. Everybody just, you know, pray. Daddy wants, just wants your prayers. And the way my children just poured out their heart to God on my behalf, and they really, you know, prayed for not just me, but for the well-being of our family. And one of the things that that Ariana said is that, you know, that if this does go through, that if the hearing doesn't work in my favor, that, you know, that we would be good and just know to trust God. Messed me up. I was all tears, boo-hooing, all those things. I went to the hearing, and it was 4 people on their side. It was the Board of Education in front of us, and it was me by myself in the physical. But I already had God on my side. The family had prayed. We touched and agreed. We believed. We prayed. We did all the things that we knew how to do. And I went up there, and I just told the truth. And the thing is, only in, I don't want to, yeah, this is the only time where telling the truth kind of got me in trouble, you know, prior to this hearing. But I told the truth. And I was sincere about what I said. I laid all the cards on the table, and they tried their best to justify terminating someone who had nothing but positive observations. I had no trouble, no parent complaints, no child complaints. I had the best behaved class in the school.
Good test scores.
Great test scores, children growing, great rapport with all the staff. Until I found out I didn't. And, you know, just a great asset. Like I'm a great teacher. I am a great teacher, and I'll stand on that. And, you know, you can't tell me otherwise. And
Out of here.
they tried to paint. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm like, leave your
It's
hair
bugging me
alone.
It's bugging me out. I can do this. I can do this now.
Yeah, you got some hang time.
And yeah, I just kept it the way I could only be, you know. And I think one of my issues is that I expect me from other people. The way I handle things, I expect that from other people, and it has been firmly cemented in my brain that that is not the case. I am always just there for children, and I give it my all, and my kids love me, and it was just unfortunate that they didn't say it that way. So we had the hearing, and they had 30 days to render a conclusion, a verdict.
It took them 30 days, just about. Ooh, Lord.
I mean, it was fine, you know, because, you know, we were during that 30 days, we said, all right, well, God, we've been hovering around this idea for years now. We don't have any other resort. The money ain't moneying like we needed to money down here. We need more because we have more, and this is just not going to cut it. So we decided to just plunge head first into this content creation thing and step it up and be more consistent and just do our thing. You need a chaser? And
Again now.
today, last Thursday, I got a call from HR saying that they needed me to come in for a meeting today. And the meeting today, they told me that, they told me that I was being reassigned. But it's just always been a word game with these folks. But they did not say, and what they should have said was that their recommendation for termination was denied.
Stop it. Don't do that, baby.
Their recommendation for termination was denied. So they're not firing me. I can continue with my job or being employed by this district. And that is just going to give us a little more time to iron things out with our content creation. We're growing our channels, we're growing our socials, growing our influence, growing our ministry, putting a solid plan together. Because we also, again, we want to buy a house. And I believe that God can do it.
Oh, he can do it.
I believe that God can, bless us so that we can just pay cash for it, but that might take some time. So with the job, it makes it easier
Faster.
to get a mortgage loan, so that way they can check the pay stubs and all the stuff that they need to check, and we can just worry about stacking and doing what we need to do. But yeah, so I'm extremely happy about the decision. I'm grateful to God that he chose me. I am ecstatic to be on the winning side, and I am also just grateful for what I've learned during this whole ordeal. I've never had to trust God so much in my life.
Can I talk a little bit about that right here real quick? Like what I saw. Okay, I'm gonna get emotional because after I got off the phone with him, I was in tears because, sorry, I'm gonna cry. Because after I told the girls, I went in the room and I told the girls the good news. And, something that you showed all of us through this. Like, yeah, I my faith be up there. Like, I'd be like, oh, I'm not worried, like, about, money. God's gonna bless us. Like, when we got 3 big financial blessings during this time, and I'm like, that's just God showing us that we don't have nothing to worry about, So my faith was elevated, but to see you, like, whenever you felt like a little bit of anxiety or a lot of it, I don't know what you were feeling. I know you were feeling it though. Mm-hmm. Whenever you might have felt like, depression just trying to creep in, any kind of, to get you out of your good mood and who you usually are, or whatever, the devil whispering in your ear, whatever. You always just had a praise. And I was talking to the girls,
And we were like, and I said to, and that's what made me like, wow. Because I said to them, through this whole thing, when Daddy ever felt any kind of way, what do he do? And Ari's like, he worshiped. Raylan's like, he prayed, you know, and I'm so proud of you. Because, like, when I'm going through something, like, I tend to get quiet. I tend to more so suppress and just get in my head, and I might let the devil tell me things, and I might, you know. And to see him just worship regardless was like everything. And now I know like how to really get through, you know, anything.
Wow.
So I thank you. I'm so proud.
Man,
I am so proud of you.
Stop it, girl.
I'm just so proud of you.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Woo! I don't
You don't know what to say now.
I don't really know what to say. But I feel like that was
Cut it out.
I feel like that was a Get off!
And you didn't just show me, like you were showing them. They saw every single bit of it.
Wow. I don't
I've never seen that in my life.
me either. No, to God be the glory. You know, one of the things.
Come here, boy. Come here, boy.
We're on live.
He laughed.
So this is and it's this is no doing of my own, and I'm, you know, I thank you so much for saying that, and to God be the glory. So one of the things that I think got us here, and this is why you need to be careful what you pray for, good or bad, because you just might get it. One of the things that I had been praying to God for was the gift of faith. The gift of faith. Because I felt like I needed more faith to believe that our ministry was going to grow. I needed more faith to believe that why we still have purpose down here, even though the church numbers haven't grown. We needed more faith to get to where we need to be, to grow this YouTube channel, you know, to impact the world, to do all the things that we dreamed of doing. Yo, does anybody want a 1-year-old?
Get my baby away.
Named Isaiah.
No.
His name is Isaiah Mikai. Anybody can come and get him.
You want to try to grab Bluey?
Send us an email.
Here, you want this?
Email us at ThePurefoys.
He's not free though. He's like 10.
You're welcome. You heard that?
He's one cent. He's 1 cent.
And so one of the things I asked God for the gift of faith.
He's like, you want faith? All right, I'll make you have some faith.
Facts. The only way to build faith, just like a muscle, is to work it. And the only way you work a muscle is to go through opposition. And I don't know what else to call this ordeal other than opposition. Like not only was I facing opposition, but I had like real life ops. And to this day, there's still people kicking my back and talking behind my back, spreading false rumors and things like that about me. But we still showed up every Sunday to preach. Even if I had to preach with tears in my eyes, I still showed up for my family, even though sometimes the anxiety and the worry was at an all-time high, that it kind of like, some days it paralyzed me and I didn't want to get out of bed. I was in fear of the unknown. But all the while, God showed us little by little, whether it was something with the kids or whether it was a total stranger doing something nice for us or somebody doing something, growth on the social medias, just getting a deeper understanding about him and being able to do different things in ministry. Really just, God was just able to show me like, yo, I'm here and I got you. I've got you. And, Nakia's giving me props about, remaining steadfast. I wasn't always steadfast. There were some days where I had to rely on her strength, and when she was, and because she remained so steadfast, and I don't know if she was putting up a front, but she didn't cry, she didn't complain, she didn't do any of those things. She just said, God's got us. God's got us. And, at times when my faith was low, when I was at my weak points, I was able to lean on her and borrow some of her strength. So that's also a message in and of itself. And just some good advice. Make sure you know that the person that you're in these trenches with know God. Because it would have been easier for her to blame me. It would have been easy for her to be like complaining and just like, oh my God, why we got to go through this? It's always something. She could have really been on that and been justified to a degree, because sometimes it feels like it's always something. Especially because of this Christian journey that we're on, we can expect attacks. We can expect things to sometimes go south. We can expect things to not be all good. But God is good.
All time.
God is good. And we really were able to experience his presence and experience his goodness, especially this weekend. And I'm so grateful for the live that we had on Saturday night. Even though I should have been resting my voice because I had half a voice on Sunday morning. But I believe that it was worth it because we had to speak those things that be not as though they were. And we had to really I had to comprehend the goodness of God. Right? And I had to comprehend that what is complaining going to do? What is me trying to figure out the future going to do? I don't have no control over the future. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen from one moment to the next. But I know that God does. The God that I serve does. Mm-hmm. And because he made me and because he's called me to be this person, he's got to provide. He's got to take care. He's got to make ways. And even though we're not where we want to be, today we have victory. Today we have victory. And for that, I am super it's a sigh of relief. I'm elated. I'm happy. My joy is renewed. My faith is renewed. And I I could not be more happier. And even with this reassignment, it's not as convenient as the last job was, but with everything, there's trade-off. So there's some good aspects about it, and some not so convenient aspects about it. But what I have learned is that through it all, I can trust God. And through it all, God is good. And through it all, it's going to work for my good. And I'm going to be even better. So they really tried to get rid of your boy. They really tried to get rid of your boy. But it's going to be something when they see me at the all schools functions. It's not gonna be nothing, because like at the end of the day, you know, this is a means to support my family.
For the TV.
This is a means to support my family, and I'd literally do anything for them. I literally do anything for my family. So it doesn't matter if the job is 10 minutes away, an hour away, whatever I gotta do to make this work. As long as I'm with God, I'm gonna be all right.
Amen.
It don't matter, because to me they're worth it. They've proven to be, you know, and I'm not just saying this, you know, like my family really has proven to me that they're worth it.
Hers doesn't work.
It's not just like, oh, these are my kids, and because they're my kids, that, you know, they're the best. No, my children love me. They know how to love me. They respect me. They take my feelings into consideration. They're considerate about me. They listen for the most part. You know, and I think that they bring out the best. They bring out the best in me, because I'm able to be their father, and they allow me to do that. And the same thing with my wife. She is just, I cannot sing her praises enough. It's definitely the best decision I've made on this earth. Yeah, so I'm just grateful. And we now have sort of like a timeline as to how we need to, you know, we need to be growing. So if you know people that are into family content, definitely shoot them some of our videos. Follow us along this pregnancy journey. YouTube, we need more impressions. And of course, there are, you know, those who want to sow into our ministry and help us along. We have in every video ways that y'all can do that. And you know, if you want to be a blessing, we're not too proud to accept when people want to be blessings to us, because we're givers as well. And I just thank God. I just thank God. And I'm just like, all right, if this happened, the Lord gave me a word at the beginning of the year that this was just a warm-up. So something even greater, something even bigger is about to happen. The biggest of blessings, that something it's got to be earth-shattering, world-changing. Because when we look at what Abraham and Sarah went through, you know, the promise, it took 25 years for the promise to be fulfilled. And what a promise it was. It was, to me, I think, the greatest, you know. So that's the type of stuff that we on right now. So I'm just really humble and just so proud of God. He did a wonderful job.
In awe of him.
He did such a wonderful
He is
job.
so faithful.
Such a wonderful job, man. I couldn't have wrote this script.
Yeah.
I couldn't have wrote this. I'm not that good. Nor do I want to be. I'm sure it took a lot of moving pieces, but my faith is at an all-time high, and I'm just believing God. We're just waiting and believing,
And working.
Occupying until he comes. But y'all know I'm long-winded, and I can talk. But that's just how my mind works, and I needed to get all of that out without telling everything.
Yeah.
Because there's some stuff. When the book come out, y'all gonna be like, oh, snap. He went through all of that? They did what? And I'm like, yeah. But it's all good. And I'm in a little bit of pain because I'm getting old. Had my legs cramped up playing basketball with the kids. I think I was just like dehydrated or something. And even now my mouth is like super dry. So yeah. So we're gonna end this live. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. If you haven't already, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and leave us a comment in the comment section. Thank you everybody who chimed in the chat. Yes, I'm about to get me some water. I should have got me some Gatorade for some electrolytes, but water will do just fine. And I'm gonna take it down. We're gonna take it down, and just thank God for what He has done. All right, well, we catch you tomorrow. I don't know what time tomorrow, but tomorrow is actually my last day of being a stay-at-home dad, and I return back to work on Wednesday. Not that we do much on lives and during the day, but just to give y'all perspective. So, yeah, we'll catch y'all tomorrow. Live, let love. Peace.